Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles. So, today we've got kind of it's going to be a short episode. This is just kind of like a mid-episode, because of course we're working on the Steve's Carts farm, and we're not going to change off for our main episodes. We're not going to change off of that, but there's a small thing that I want to work on today. Just in kind of a brief episode where we tackle one thing, and that's that. And by the way, I want to show you guys this because I don't know why, but I have horses everywhere, and there's more coming. I mean, look over here. There's horse, just horses everywhere. But anyways, it's shortly after the last recording. This will not be in the world download, but you guys have already got. This is still assembling. We have like an hour left, and I did a little bit of item sorting. Most of this stuff, some of the stuff got sorted, and some of it got put over here with actual, organization to it. So, but anyways, what I wanted to do today, just really, really quickly, and it's probably going to be a 10, 15-minute episode, maybe, is I want to set up a sorting system for this building that we can expand on. And so what we're going to do is, let me grab a chest, and let's go ahead and we're going to just upgrade this. There we go. There's an iron chest, there's gold chest, and there is a diamond chest. These can be made in the compressor, of course. So, there we go. And we're going to set our, let's see, we're going to put our main sorting chest maybe just right in here as you enter. So I'm thinking like here. Yeah, right in there should be good. And then what we'll do is we're going to put a input routing node on this. Just set it right there, and we're going to take this input routing node and we're just going to connect it over, I think it's, yeah, that one right there is the output routing node, the one on the top. So this is, I need to put a label on these master nodes so I can keep up with them. But we're just going to right-click that. And so basically anything that goes in the chest, it's going to try to add it to the storage drawers. And then later on what we'll do, we'll expand on this, as the series goes on. But what's going to happen is anytime items go into this chest, they're going to get dumped into there, and then we'll plug up like a lower priority and have something set up that takes like armor or enchanted books and things like that, and they get sorted and sent elsewhere. So for example, if I grab like some tomatoes, rice, and some various berries here, things that are slotted into the storage drawers, and I was to take and throw these in, okay, it's not gonna pull them out. Okay, so something is wrong. And then I just thought about this. This isn't actually plugged up to the other drawer networks. It's only plugged up to the Cobbleworks. So for example, if I grab, well, this stuff's all going to, well, this one times compressed cobblestone, for example. If I grab this and I throw it into this chest, you can see it gets pulled out. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab a output routing node, and we're going to attach this like there. And we'll go ahead and connect that up. And then we're going to grab that connection one more time, and we're going to plug up an output routing node to this. And then we should see all those berries and stuff get pulled out if we give it just a second. Okay, it did pull that stuff out. Now, one thing I'm going to have to be careful about, which I didn't realize, these aren't locked. So you can see they're filled up with fresh water. And so I need to make sure, I thought everything was locked. Okay, let me just grab this. And if we put this in our offhand, we can place it down. It's going to place down locked. And then I'm going to grab that. That. Okay, I'm just going to let all those despawn. I think that's all of them. It was just in those three drawers, I think. Okay, yeah, it seems like that's all of the water buckets was just in those. Okay, so now if we, that's probably why it was taking a second for it to work. If we pop up here and I grab like, there's some magma blocks and, some assorted stuff, and then we come over here and I grab like some slime balls and ender pearls and cryothium, things from different drawer networks. Now, one thing to note, I need to pull the like cobblestone stuff that's still slotted in the drawers upstairs. I need to pull that out. But if I was to take all this stuff and throw it into here, you can see it's getting pulled out. And then basically it's going to help me like filter stuff, because I'm going to know that if stuff is still in here, yeah, that's a visual bug. That happens sometimes, where it pulls it out but it doesn't update it. But if stuff gets stuck in here, like the solidified XP, it can't go anywhere, so it's just going to hang out here. So I know that's not slotted, and I need to, add something for that, so that it can be sorted properly. Okay, now the last thing that I want to do is I want to make a trash can, just the Extra Utilities 2 trash can, which takes silicon, chest, and some stone. Alright, so there's that, and then I also want to get a filter for it. Just one of the Extra Utilities filters right here. It takes red alloy and then string mesh. I think we might actually still have one of these lying around. I'm not for sure. No, I must have used, I used it in the transfer node. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get one of these real quick. Like I said, it's a pretty short episode, I think, but I just wanted to do this because we're kind of in the middle. I don't want to take away from our episodes doing Steve's carts, but I want to get this set up because it's just going to make my life a whole lot easier. So what we'll do is we'll set up our trash can. We're going to do a trash can system. I'll tell you what, we'll put the trash can system right over here. So we'll have the stuff that's being trashed, trash can here, or here maybe, or something like that, with various filters and stuff. But if we take a output routing node and we put it on top of here, and we take our filter, what we can do is we can whitelist various things. So for example, I don't have what I want to, the first thing I want to whitelist, because I can use void upgrades for things like the drawers, but what I'm thinking is stuff that we just don't want. For example, in my case, I don't want loot bags, but I can add it to that filter, and it's going to void any of that item that goes in there. And what we'll do is we'll actually set we'll set the priority on this to like, and this will be on the downside, we'll set the priority to like 9 on this. And then let's go ahead and let's just add something to the filter, for example. Because I've got so much dirt that I really don't need dirt at all. And so what I can do is I can add dirt to the whitelist. And so I've got like a drawer or a chest filled up with dirt right now. So I've got plenty of overstock dirt. But we're going to say it's going to be whitelist dirt. We'll leave all this as is. And then what we'll do is, let me grab the node router. We'll go ahead and grab our input routing node. And then we're going to add our filter into there. Shift right click to connect that up. And then what I can do is, for example, if I come over here and I grab, I've got 8 stacks of dirt in here. If I grab a stack of that out and I throw it into this chest, okay, it just got pulled out and it went somewhere, right? So if we come back up here and we take a look, we have 8 stacks again of dirt. So see, it's prioritizing sending the dirt to this drawer, which I'll probably just stick a void upgrade on there long term, but they're expensive right now, so I don't want to do that. Or not, maybe not so expensive now. We're going to be automating that stuff soon, but now if I take dirt and I throw it into there, it still gets pulled out and it's sent to the trash can. Okay, so that way the dirt's being trashed. And then what I'll do is I'll add like a loot bag to it, or each different loot bag. So if I'm out exploring and they get dumped into the system, that's fine. They're still going to get sent over and trashed. So, and then the last thing I want to do is I want to, see, I think it's shift right click. Yes, linked inventory at XYZ coordinates and the dimension. So now, for example, if I go out and let's say that I go, this is that global traveler trait from the Enderium. But let's say I go down here and I start mining. I know Comatite's not going to be able to go, but say Dolomite, I start mining this. Well, actually, this will be Cobblestone version. I think I'm filled up on Smoothstone. So I start mining this stuff, and you can see it's not going into my inventory. What's happening is it's being sent to its connected inventory. And there's a way to turn it on and off, and I can't recall. Okay, I'm thinking maybe it's toggle GUI on plus TIC. Let's try that. Yeah. And then I can turn it off. And so then if I was to break things down here, you can see that they come into my inventory. Okay, so I can turn that on and off at will. So if I'm going out mining, I can just have it dump inside of that chest. And that way it's going to allow me to store up a bunch of stuff, you know, within the chest. I mean, eventually, right now, eventually it is going to get backed up until I have ore processing that can handle the stuff and, you know, so on. But, so everything's went into here. For example, if you look over here at the Comotite cobblestone, we have 4 stacks and 2. And then if I take this and I turn Global Traveler on and I break this, now we have 4 stacks and 3. Okay, so it is working. It's sending the stuff into the drawers. And then once I get, you know, once I have ore processing in places where everything can get sorted and go, oh, it's sending, I know where it's sending all that glass and stuff. It's sending, I was wondering why that was running. It's sending it up here. But yeah, generally, I find that having one line that handles your sorting and your inputs, you know, even if it's linked with your auto gens, like we have the cobbleworks and the sorting coming in from the chest, all linked into the same input, right? That tends to work out fine. And then have a separate line that pulls out of your drawers and then dumps it into whatever processing you have. In my experience, that tends to work out fine. So, and then whenever we set up like ore processing and things like that, what we'll do is we'll just filter those inputs so we can send those items and, you know, all is right with the world. So, anyways, that's all I've got for this episode. Like I said, it was going to be just kind of a short, just little mini project. So you guys get an extra, I don't know, half episode or whatever it ends up being. That way I don't take away from the time that, you know, we're working on Steve's carts, but we still get this little project done that will really help me out a lot. So, there might be a couple other little project episodes coming up, but we'll see. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. We'll start getting into more Steve's carts and making power and stuff like that. So, I'll see you guys then.